Dodge is buzzing back into the small crossover space with this, the all-new Hornet. What's up, folks? I'm Dave Underkoffler, editor-in-chief of Autolist.com, back with another one-week test drive. This week's victim is the all-new 2024 Dodge Hornet. This is an all-new model from Dodge, and it's based on the Alfa Romeo Tonale. It comes in either gas or plug-in hybrid versions like the one you see here, and it's looking to inject a little excitement into a segment that includes the Mazda CX-30, Kia Seltos, Chevy Trax, and Honda HR-V. So does this have what it takes to sting the competition, or is this one Hornet that should have stayed in the hive? Let's go spend a week with it and find out. All right, we'll start with a walk around of the Hornet. A couple of things to know. As I mentioned, there is a gas version that is called the GT, and then there is a plug-in hybrid version, and that is called the RT. The GT starts at about $32,000, and then the RT starts at about $42,000. And then we're fully loaded here. So this is the RT Plus, and then it's got a track package, it's got a couple other packages on it. So you're looking at a sticker of this one at about $53,000. So we'll get into more of whether that's a good deal a little bit later. But just so you know, everything you see here, fully loaded to get one that looks like this. This color is called Acapulco Gold, a bit of a mouthful. I don't know if I love it, I don't think I do. Kind of looks dehydrated, right? It's been hot here. Needs to drink more water, but it is a good looking compact crossover. Like I said, this is based on the Tonale, which is Italian, so you do have some Italian flair to it. Again, we're in the fully loaded version, so we've got 20-inch alloy wheels. These are Brembo brake calipers painted red. You've got a nice hood scoop up here. This is actually a functional hood scoop. You don't always see that. This one down here is not, but anyway, yeah, pretty sleek. We have black mirror caps as part of our package. Move around to the back. I really like the back, very sleek. This is a very popular design these days, this horizontal light signature. Kind of looks like a couple Porsche SUVs that look like that. And then down below, I like the dual exhaust tips. Again, gives it a premium feel. You definitely see that Italian heritage shining through. We'll open up the trunk here. Seats are split 60-40 and they do fold nearly flat. There's the cargo area. And then here, got a little more storage area for the cord, because again, this is the plug-in hybrid. Take a look. In terms of dimensions, this is roughly the same wheelbase and length as Honda's HR-V. So it is on the smaller side. So what do you guys think? Do you like the Italian styling? Do you think it works? And what do you think of this color? Let me know. I want to know in the comments below. Am I in the minority? All right, let's check out what's under that hood. All right, so as you know, we're testing the RT plug-in hybrid version. So under the hood here, we've got a 1.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and a 90-kilowatt electric motor. Combined, they make a total of 288 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission and full-time all-wheel drive. And because this is a plug-in hybrid, the EPA has rated its all-electric range at 32 miles. So while this plug-in hybrid is all well and good, it's also expensive. So Dodge expects more buyers to go with the GT version that just uses a gas engine. That engine is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged unit that makes 268 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission and standard full-time all-wheel drive. All right, now to the interior. And as I mentioned, this Hornet is based on the Alfa Romeo Tonale, and that means that you get a really nice dash of European build quality and flair, and that's great. Another nice thing is that everything that makes this interior great comes on the standard, the base model GT that starts at about $32,000, so don't think you need to step up to our fully loaded $53,000 version to get what makes this interior good. Some of those highlights that come standard, this is a 10.5-inch color touchscreen infotainment system, and then this is a 12.3-inch digital display. This has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. I'll show you CarPlay there. Another nice thing is that while you do have the CarPlay displayed here, it keeps these buttons here on the side to make navigation easier throughout all the menus, and then you've got more up here. I do like that. The screen itself is really responsive, very crisp, very bright. So it's been really nice to use, really no lag at all. You've got climate control functions on the screen, but then you also have them, a lot of them, down below. Below that, you've got wireless smartphone charging right here. It's nice, it sort of lets the phone face you rather than needing to hide it. You've got the sport button. I'll describe what that does a little bit later while we're driving. You've got the volume knob down here and mute. On the steering wheel, just want to point out the plug-in hybrid version has this. eDrive mode, and that changes the settings the car is in. So we'll get into more details about that when we're driving it. As I mentioned, we're in a fully loaded version, so that includes the black top and the track pack, which means the seats here are optional. Very comfortable, really nice bolstering on the side. This is Alcantara in the center. The only downside to them, despite their comfort, is that generally this RT Plus would come with ventilated seats and heated seats, but you lose the ventilation. But in my mind, that's a worthy trade-off. These are so comfortable, really nice bolstering. I do like that. So here we go. One other thing I want to point out, we should have a sunroof, but we are in a pre-production model, so that is not there. But if you were to buy this RT Plus, there would be a sunroof there. All right, let's go check out the back seats. All right, now to the rear seats, and if you've seen our videos before, you know the drill. I put the front seat to where I would have it if I were sitting up there. I'm 6'1", so basically I'm sitting behind myself. And as you can see, there's an impressive amount of room back here, considering that this is a small crossover. I've got more than enough room for my head, knees, legs, feet, all around. Yeah, you could definitely spend some time back here on a longer road trip as an adult and be plenty comfortable. Also helping, I've got a nice big armrest on the side here. The seats themselves are comfortable, nicely bolstered back here. And then there's a pair of USB charge ports down below, a USB and then a USB-C. So overall, yeah, definitely a well-executed rear seat. The only downside, and this is nitpicking, is that the store right here, the opening is kind of small. So it's a little tricky getting in and out if you're a larger adult, but generally, lots of space back here. It's very impressive. All right, drive impressions. Now, some housekeeping first. There are 3 different modes you can have this plug-in hybrid in. There's the normal hybrid version where the gas and the electric motors work together. Then there's the electric-only version. That's self-explanatory. It just uses the electric motor, gives you about 32 miles of all-electric range. And then there's a save function for when you want to save all the power in the batteries to use later. On top of those 3, then there's a sport button you can have it in. And if you have it in sport and you pull back on these paddles when you're in the hybrid setting, you'll also get what they call power shot, and that gives you an extra 30 horsepower. And Dodge says that when you have it in that setting and you pull back on the paddles, you'll do 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. And that's pretty quick. However, this car never feels that quick. It always feels like it's too slow to react, or the turbos are taking a moment to spool up, or the electric motor is taking a minute to say, all right, are you gonna kick in? It's never just direct power whenever you want it, and that gets a little frustrating. Once all the computers and motors and engines work out who's putting power down where, once you actually get on that power, yeah, it scoots. This Hornet definitely feels fast, but it just takes too long and feels like it's doing way too much thinking to get to that point. One thing I really like about the Hornet is how much fun it is to drive. This is in a segment that can be boring sometimes. The Mazda CX-30, the Chevy Trax, the Kia Seltos, the Honda HR-V, perfectly fine vehicles, but none of them are all that thrilling. This Hornet can actually raise your pulse a little bit. It's got 288 horsepower in this plug-in, the gas version 268 horsepower. All-wheel drive is standard no matter which version you choose. That's really nice. And then they layer on top of that some really nice steering, good feedback. Here, I'm gonna take this turn, kind of get on it here. Yeah, good feedback from the steering. The suspension is really nicely tuned to give you some performance, but it's also perfectly comfortable in daily driving. So if you're looking for something that's the most fun to drive in this segment, I think the Hornet might be where it's at. All right, folks, there you have it, our 1-week test drive of the all-new 2024 Dodge Hornet. This one was a bit of a mixed bag for us. We definitely like the GT, that's the base gas-only version, because it's a nice mix of performance, power, and amenities, even though it's a little more expensive than most of its rivals. This RT plug-in hybrid version, though, we would probably skip. It's $42,000 to start, and the loaded version you see here is over $52,000. And for that extra money, you just don't get enough performance or efficiency. So for reviews or listings of this Hornet or anything else you're shopping for, new or used, be sure to check out Autolist.com. And before you go, like and subscribe to this channel so you can get alerts on all of our future updates. We'll see you out there.